Numbness isn't the absence of feeling. It's the last thing your body does when it's trying to save your life. And just stay with me for a second, because I know it doesn't feel that way. I know it feels really challenging when you are watching other people live their lives, feeling joy, excitement, love, and you feel trapped behind a wall. And there's just this feeling of flatness that you can't seem to shake. And then you start to wonder, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me that I am so disconnected from my emotions and disconnected from myself? Why can't I be like other people? Why can't I live like other people and feel? What's wrong with me? So before you spend one more day believing that there's something wrong with you, stay with me to the end of this episode and I will show you how to come back from your numbness and reconnect with yourself. Welcome back to the 3-Minute Pause podcast. My name is Vanessa and today we're talking about why we feel so numb and disconnected from the world around us. Numbness isn't your body breaking down. Numbness is a decision that your body made to protect you because you are constantly running on overdrive and you're constantly functioning at such a level of high alert that you are flooded with thoughts, you are flooded with feeling and anxiety and stress and overwhelm. And this overwhelm has been going on for a long time. It's not something that just happens in one day. We don't feel a whole bunch of emotions and numb out in one day. In order to get to the point or the state where you're numbing, it means that you have been exposed or are exposing yourself to an ongoing set of emotions over and over and over again, which means you're flooded over and over again. You're stressed out all the time. It's not just one moment or one day or one incident. And you can try and tell yourself that. You can try and go, okay, you know what? It's just this big fight I had with someone, or it's just the pressure from my work event, or it's just the pressure from my presentation at school. But when that event is done, you're still numb because your body has just been running in overdrive for so long. And so the numbness is actually your body's way of going, hey, I'm done. I'm tapped out. We have to shut this down. Because if we don't shut this down, it will feel like we will explode. Either explode or implode. And so it's a safety mechanism. Your numbness and your disconnection is your body's way of protecting you. It's a safety mechanism so that you don't get to the point where you are so overstretched and stressed that it goes into a state of chaos. And I know that's hard to believe. I really do, because it can feel like such a scary place to be. Being numb and not being able to connect to your emotions and watching other people have those emotions is really, really hard. Because it is like being behind a frozen glass and not being able to participate in the world. But if you've gotten to that point where you are emotionally disconnected, it means it's a flag. Your system is trying to tell you it's too much. Your system is trying to say, like, whatever you've been doing, whatever choices you've been making, whatever ways and decisions you've been living, they're not being helpful and they're not good. So you need to find a way to dial it back. There's this dreadful feeling inside when you cannot connect to the outside world. And constantly trying to show that you can connect. Because there is this fear, there's this deep fear that other people can see. They can see I'm not connected. They can see that I'm disconnected, not just from them and the world around me, but from me. And the critical voice raises its head and starts. And that critical voice is telling you how bad you are, how there's something wrong with you, how you should be able to connect, why can't you connect, why can't you handle intense emotions and stay connected at the same time. And that if you have to numb, then there's something wrong with you, that you're weak or less than. And so being numb is also trying to combat that inner voice whilst your body is trying to protect you. And that inner voice and that critical voice is creating more emotion that you then have to try and disconnect from. And it is a horrible cycle. Here's the thing. If you get into the point where you're numb, then to me that's a red flag. That's a flag, and that's a point where we need to be going, okay, I'm at the point where I'm numb, which means that I have overspent. I have spent all my energy and effort, and I've been doing too much and now I'm running on fumes. Because any one more connection, even if it's positive, even if it's a healthy, loving connection, even if it's your favorite person in the whole wide world, one more piece of connection is a straw that can break the camel's back. It's the tipping point. And so it's not about negative or positive emotion at this point. It means that there's been too many floods of emotions, often than not negative, over a long period of time. The irony is that the only way to come back from that cycle is to come back to yourself and to reconnect. Because staying disconnected isn't sustainable. It's not easy, but it's also not sustainable for you. And instinctively, I know you want to say, okay, I'm going to take all this feeling, I'm going to take it, I'm going to throw it out there, I'm going to get it out of my system. And whilst that feels like the natural, instinctive thing to do, that's actually not the way to go. Because all you're doing is fighting against your system. So the way in which to come back to yourself is to go inward, not to go outward and expel and express everything, but to go inside and find connection with yourself and calm. Because you've got so many different emotions that are flying around inside of you, and all of them need some form of expression and attention and love and consideration and compassion, and you cannot do all of those at the same time. It is far too much, and all that will do is flood your system further. So the best way is to start to signal very slowly to your system that it's time to come back online and that it's safe to come back online. So this week's pause is to find connection with your body and to use your environment around you. You have so many different things in your environment that will allow you and help you to find connection. Something as simple as taking a couple of minutes, 30 seconds to a minute, and just feel your feet on the ground. Just take a deep breath and feel your feet on the ground and stay connected to that sensation for as long as you can. Now, I know that that's not going to be for very long. That's a couple of seconds. But stay there anyway. Stay there for 30 seconds. Rub your hands together very slowly. Rubbing your hands together is sending the signal that I am safe. You're activating the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve is the nerve in your body that says, okay, it's time to calm down. I'm safe. It's okay for me to come back and reconnect to myself. And some really slow, gentle stretches. No jarring movements, no harsh movements, just really gentle stretching your wrists, slowly rolling out your ankles and wiggling your toes. These are gentle movements that slowly begin to signal to your body that it's time to safely come back to connection. And then do this every single day, and it will slowly bring back that sense of connection to yourself. And so that you don't end up in this state again, make sure you're feeling your feelings. Take a moment to connect to you and feel the things that are scaring you or causing you to want to run away from yourself in the first place. Thank you for hanging out with me today. If this episode resonated for you, then please feel free to share it with someone who you think will benefit from it. For show notes and more, please visit www.manizakimji.com.